Hello, my beautiful plague beasts, and welcome to the wasteland today. So, this is another mini let's chat kind of thing. I got some extremely generic questions, and I figured I'd just do a small video about me answering some extremely generic questions. So, someone was asking my current career. So I'll mark that off the list. So I'm basically working kind of like 3 jobs right now and studying 2 different things. So I'm going to school and working 3 jobs, basically, which is why I don't get to post videos as much as I'd like to. So full-time, I work at a very nice high-end kind of grocery store, and I very much love it. It's not just like a Walmart or anything like that. It's a very high-end grocery store that really takes care of its employees. They take us snowboarding and rafting, and we do all sorts of fun stuff with them. They're a really great company to work for. So I've been doing that for almost 4 years now, and I love it. And even if I do cut down my hours to do more YouTubing or more of other stuff, I'm definitely going to stay there, even if I had to just work 1 day a week. I'm very passionate about the company, so I'm not going anywhere, guys. But also, obviously, I do YouTubing now, and I'm trying to post about 3 videos a week. Right now it's more of 2, but I'm doing my best. Also, I make video games. And right now it's nothing that I'm going to be selling. It's more of a rough draft of my final version, but I don't have a team right now. And I'm still learning a lot of the stuff. So I'm making a rough draft version of my dream game. That's my baby. It's what I've been working on my entire life. I came up with the story for this game and dreamt up this game about 20 years ago. So that's my biggest dream, is to get my game out someday. But right now it's more of a rough draft, almost Super Nintendo style version of the game that I'm making. But I'm making it all by myself, so it's a lot of work. So those are the 3 jobs that I'm working on. What am I studying? So, since I am into video game design, I am studying coding. Right now, it's extremely basic, but I want to learn a couple different things. The main one I really want to focus on, though, first, is probably going to be a version of C. I am also studying, though not as much, Thai, because I'm going on vacation to Thailand next year, and I'm super excited about it. And I know a lot of places in Thai speak at least basic English, but I like knowing a little bit of the language, and I feel like it's polite, when you go somewhere, to know enough to get by. Plus, we're going to be visiting some tribes, so I'd like to know some of the language so I can talk to the tribes people, anyone that doesn't know English. So, I'm studying Thai and coding. What have I been playing lately? I have been playing a little bit of Cyberpunk for my streaming. I have like 5 different characters I'm playing right now in Cyberpunk. My streaming character is former corpo. She was a mole, so she was actually one of the good guys, but she snuck in to kind of spy on the corporations and kind of destroy them from the inside. So that's one of the things I've been playing right now. And also I am playing My Time at Portia, which I want to start streaming as well. And that is a very fun game. I never really got too much into Stardew Valley, but I like a lot of the different farming sims and games like that. I really love Rune Factory, and I'm very excited for Rune Factory 5 to come out. So I'm probably going to get the Japanese version, because I don't want to wait for the English version, even though I can't read any Japanese. So I'm probably just going to have it translated, and I'm going to play that. But for right now, I'm playing My Time at Portia, which isn't so much a farming game, it's more of a crafting game, but it still has a lot of the life sim stuff to it. You get married, you can have kids, stuff like that. I'm really enjoying the game. It's a very underappreciated game, but that's what I've been doing in the little bit of spare time I have between everything else going on in my life. So I do it when I can. Plus, designing video games is a hobby of mine, so working on my video game is kind of another thing I do for fun, even though it's also kind of a job too. And that also goes into the question of what do I do for fun? I make and play video games, and watch random travel channel videos, different shows, because I've always wanted to travel the world, and starting next year, we're going to start doing that. We're going to start traveling to one place a year, starting with Thailand. And then after that, we're going to do Ireland. And then probably the third year, I really want to hit up Tokyo. So, I want to travel the world. And so I have a rose tattoo. And then I have my blackthorns for the blackthorn tree, because I love trees. But I have the rose separate. A lot of people think it's rose thorns. I decided this is going to be like my passport arm. So everywhere I go across the world, I'm going to get a new flower, like a local flower, tattooed on my arm by a local tattoo artist in whatever the local tattoo style is. So when I go to Hawaii, I'm probably going to get like the hibiscus or whatever flower. And then like a cherry blossom from when I go to Tokyo. There's a really beautiful flower that's from Thailand that I really want to get. So everywhere I go, once a year, I'm going to get a new flower on my arm. It's just going to be covering my arm for every place I go to. So I'm really excited about that. So I'm getting my first, or my second flower, because I have the American rose, next year. My dream pet, a fox. I love fox. And they actually make really good pets. They are difficult. They're the more wild pet. They haven't been domesticated. But they're really awesome if I ever got a chance to get a fox. I've really studied a lot on how to take care of a fox, what to feed it, how to take care of it, what kind of habitat you build for it. Because most of the time you don't just let them like run around your house. But I would love a fox. They're amazing. They're like a mix between a cat and a dog, but more of like a dog with infinite energy. You can teach them to use a litter box, but they're still going to go outside of it too. But I love them. And also I would love a raven, because I love ravens, and they also make really good pets. They really bond with people. They're extremely smart. I knew a lady that had a pet raven, and when he got mad at her, he would wet his crackers and stuff them in her shoes. I love ravens, so my dream pet. I'm a shark, because I love sharks. So, if I ever get like half of an ocean, like a big mansion, one of those YouTube mansions, I'm sure PewDiePie probably has a pet shark. Where I wish I could live. You might have guessed this from the previous questions. I either wish I could live in Thailand, I really want to live in Chiang Mai, or just travel the world and live everywhere for like 5 years each. So live in Chiang Mai for 5 years, then maybe go live in Egypt for 5 years, then maybe go live in Tokyo for 5 years, and then New Zealand for 5 years, Ireland for 5 years, Scotland. I would love to travel the world. That would probably be what I would want to do if I could live anywhere. Just travel the world and live everywhere for like 5 years at a time. I would love to do that. My favorite food type, also you can probably tell from this video, I like everything. I used to work at a Taco Bell, and my nickname from the people was Cockroach, because I'll eat anything. I've always liked the shows like Anthony Bourdain and Andrew Zimmern. I love the idea of traveling the world and eating all the weird food that people eat. Because everyone's got stuff they think is really normal, but then someone comes from out of state or out of country, and they're like, that's weird. I would love to go and try all the different foods. There's nothing I wouldn't try once. And I've tried a lot of weird stuff so far. I've had scorpion, I've had the 1,000-year eggs, I've had tarantula, I've had termites, I've had cheddar cheese and bacon crickets. I love food, and I love weird food. So I think my favorite food type is either weird food. Like if you came to my house and you're like, hey, I brought you a present, I brought you a bag of spider legs to eat, I would be ecstatic about it. Or, hey, I bought you this soda offline that's blue cheese flavored, I would be really excited. I don't even care if it's gross. It's just fun for me. It's exciting. So I like weird food, but if I had to pick like a specific food type, it would be Thai. Which is funny because I'm not able to eat too much spicy yet. I'm working on it. But I like Thai. It is something I will go spicy for. But I really like Thai. I like pretty much all Asian food. I love sweet and sour sauce. I love sushi, sashimi. Just everything. It's all good. My favorite season. I like winter. I love the snow. When I was in school, I grew up in Kansas and Missouri. When I was in school and it would snow outside, I would trample everyone in my classroom. There'd be desks flying, kids flying, the teacher would be thrown across the floor, and I would just run to the windows and watch the snow. And everyone thought it was the weirdest thing because I loved the snow so much. So I love winter. In the Midwest, especially when I was in Leavenworth, when it would get really cold out, the trees would crystallize over with the ice, and they would look like they were made out of crystal. And it was so beautiful, just having blankets of white snow and crystal trees. I love it so much. So I love winter. My second favorite would be fall. I love fall. I love Halloween, though apparently not as much as everyone else does. I love the colors of the leaves. I like the weather. I like fall clothes. So fall is my second favorite. The only season I don't like is summer, because I hate the heat, and I don't like the dry. I can't do the heat at all. I can do the heat if I'm somewhere else, which sounds weird. Like, I'm fine with the heat in Thailand. Maybe it's because it's extremely humid. I don't know. Maybe it's just dry heat I hate, but it's not my thing. I don't like summer. My dream job: video game designer and wealthy YouTuber. My favorite animal. I have 4 favorite animals. Well, actually, technically 5. My very favorite animal, I think, is cats. I love cats. I baby talk whenever I see cats. I have cats. I love cats. I have a weakness for cats. Also, wolves. If I was an animal, I would be an Arctic wolf. I love ravens. I love sharks. Maybe that is 4. It's 4, I can't count. My 5th, since I said 5, is a gerfalcon, which is a enormous, gorgeous white falcon with black spots. If I was a bird, I would definitely be a gerfalcon. I love ravens, but I would be a gerfalcon. My very favorite animal, though, I think is cats. I would pick cats over anything. I always baby talk cats. I can have a cat mauling me, and I'm just extremely excited about it. One of the biggest things I want to do in Thailand is there's a humane place in Thailand that has tigers that you can feed and pet, and I'm really excited about that because I knew there was bad places in Thailand where they drug the tigers and it's terrible and their lives are terrible. They spend most of their lives drugged up so people can take pictures with them and stuff, and it's really bad. But there's one place that it's actually, they take really good care of the tigers and they're not drugged up, they're not anything like that. So I'm very excited to go there. And if I die feeding a tiger a baby bottle, then I had a good life. A hell of a way to go. Put it on my tombstone. Hello guys! So I was editing my video and I was talking about cats in the video, so I decided to look at the sad beast that's sleeping on my bed. So I thought I would show you said sad beast. Look at it. It's precious though. Look at it. This is what I sleep next to at night. And he farts on me and kicks me in the face, but he's cute anyway. His name's Nacho. He's my baby. And he's spoiled rotten. And he loves to eat spinach. He'll eat your hand off trying to get spinach out of your hand. And he snores. He's really cute though. My favorite food. It's changed. When I was younger, I used to eat like a box of ice cream a day, especially mint chocolate chip ice cream. I would go through a box of ice cream a day. And that was my favorite thing. And even when I got older, I was constantly going through ice cream. I was nicknamed the ice cream girl because I would always have multiple boxes of ice cream at home at all times, and I would have boxes of ice cream in my freezer at work. Always had ice cream. Even in the winter, I'd be walking around eating ice cream. But I've gotten better because I have a lot of health issues, and I think a lot of it is because of my severe addiction to sugar I grew up with. So I've gotten a lot better with my addiction to sugar. So now I barely eat ice cream anymore. I think now it's rice. I really like rice and different curries. I eat rice with everything. I'd have ice cream on rice if I could. Might not be too bad actually. My favorite color is the last one, which I guess we're saving the very generic for last, is white. Because I love the snow and I love fog. So yeah, white. I think it's kind of an extremely underappreciated color. A lot of people think it's bland, it's boring. A lot of people say it's not a color. It's a crown, it's a color. So my second favorite color is black, and then my third favorite is red. Especially like the really deep, kind of sparkly reds. But pretty much everything I buy is white. And I really like gray a lot too, but I kind of clump it with white. It's between white and black, and those are my two favorite colors, so gray and silver, especially gray, is up there. The only color I don't like is like everyone else's favorite color, and that's blue. Blue is pretty in some stuff, but it's the only color I don't really care about. So I feel like yellow is really happy, and it's cheerful, and it's cute, and orange reminds me of popsicles in the summer, and brown's earthy, and I love the smell of earth, and it's very comforting, and it reminds me of wood. And then blue is blue. That's cool. So yeah, that's my extremely generic let's chat, I guess. But yeah, if you guys want more of this, mention some more questions you have in the comments below, and I will do another one of these later. I like answering questions, and I usually have weird answers because I'm a weird person. So, I love you all. Have an awesome day in the wasteland, my beautiful plague beasts, and I will see you on the next video, whatever it is. Bye guys!